Here we go.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the event. I hope you're having a great day. Let's wait because we have a huge queue of people connecting right now. So let's wait until everyone is in the call.
Hello, everyone. Jesus here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How are
you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
to
everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I think
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
well, I think I'm going to mute everyone so you can
Hi.
say hello in the chat better. So it's going to be better, I think.
Yeah, you can say hello in the chat because I think we are over 300 people. So if everyone says hello and how are you, maybe we are here for hours. But yeah, there's also 60 more people. Hi, everyone. Hi. There are 60 people in the waiting room, I think. Jesus, maybe you can admit everyone. Oh, okay, they are getting in. I really hope that we don't reach the limit of Zoom. I think it's 1,000. Hi, Christian. Hola. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, cool. You can say hello and say where
Yeah,
are you talking?
Where
Yeah,
are you coming from? Where are you coming from, people?
From Atlanta, Peru. Hi, Frank, Andrea, Oscar. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hi, Vanessa.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
There's a lot of people talking.
Many
That's
countries.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Canada, Belgium, Venezuela, Netherlands. Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
400 people almost so far.
Okay.
And they're still joining.
Antonio, when you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Let me share my screen super quickly. Okay. Got it. Do I have share? Yeah. Sorry. First screen. Share. Can you see my screen? Please confirm if you can see my screen. Also, let me know if you can hear me well or if there's any problem. I have to confess that I just moved to a new house and the internet guy is coming tomorrow. So I hope that the internet is fine from my side, but don't worry because we have prepared today so that won't be a problem. But just let me know if you can hear me well. 400 people in the call. Okay. And also please let me know if you can see my screen. Yes. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Thanks a lot, Pedro, Enrique. Great. Okay. It's 8 minutes past 7, so let's start. I know that you all are probably super busy people, so let's get to this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this event. As you probably know, I'm Antonio González Viegas, one of the initiators of IFCJS, which is the reason why we are here today. Today we are here because we have been working in something super cool this month. We are going to show you how you can be free in the AECO sector and make money by creating BIM software and creating what we call the AECOsystem with us. So it's probably a very complex subject, and we wanted this presentation to be just perfect. So I have prepared a small video for you explaining all the things that we want to explain, all the news, all the strategies. So, don't worry, because after the video, we will have a space where you will be able to talk and ask questions, and we will be here to discuss a little bit. Are you ready to start? If yes, please let me know in the chat. There's still people joining. Yes. Shoot. Perfect. Very
Antonio,
well.
one moment. Antonio, we are hearing the video in delay, and I think it's from your side.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear everything that I said, or did you miss anything? Okay. Yeah, we will record the meeting. Don't worry about that. Oh, okay. Some people says that the audio is fine for them. So I don't know. Okay. Some people is saying that they have no lag at all. So, okay. Yeah. Over 400 people. Okay. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here again, and let's go for it. I hope you all enjoy what we have prepared for you. So maybe Enrique, you can start sharing.
You are here for one reason, not two, not three, just one. You are a slave. There are different types of slaves, but you are one of them. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be here. That's a fact. And another fact is that you want to stop being a slave. You want to be free, whatever that means to you, but you want to be free. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here either. So this is what's going to happen in this event. 1. You will find out what type of slave you are. 2. You will learn how you can be free again and make money out of it. 3. You will have the opportunity to join us in our challenge to open the AECO industry. If that's a good deal to you, great. You are about to have the opportunity to make it real. If not, you can leave the event now and go watch TikTok videos or whatever else you usually do in your free time. Still there? Awesome. So let's find out what type of slave you are. But first, let me clarify that we can only help 3 types of slaves. I wish we could help all the types in the world. That would be awesome. But we can only help 3 types. So, if you fit into one of these 3 types, we have amazing news for you. And the 3 types of slaves that we can help are 1. BIM users, professionals and companies. 2. Future BIM software developers, anyone who want to get an amazing job and crush the market. And 3. AECO software companies. Let's dig a little bit into each one of them. 1. BIM users, professionals and companies. If you are a professional or a company that uses BIM and you are tired of being a slave to the software owned by some big brands which are constantly increasing the price of their licenses while hardly making any improvements. You are tired of software not meeting your specific requirements and feels like nobody listens to you when you ask for what you really need. You are tired of lack of interoperability due to software based on proprietary technology. You feel that your business is in the hands of another company, and that if that company closes or decides to multiply its prices by 10, your business could have serious problems. You want to be free to use new BIM software that really meets all your specific needs and is constantly updated. You want to be heard when you ask for new feature requirements for your business. You want to be free to use 100% interoperable software based on true IFC open technology. You want to rest assured that the software that supports your business is based on open source technology that will always be available and free. You want to pay reasonable prices for the services you use that lets you focus only on growing your business. 2. Future BIM software developers, anyone who wants to get an amazing job and crush the market. If you are a professional or company in the AECO sector and you are tired of working long hours and getting paid very little, you are tired of the great competition that exists in all areas of the sector and how difficult it is to grow. You are seeking for a new opportunity to get a better paid job. You want to be free to get your work done while working less hours. You want to be free to work remotely from anywhere in the world. You are seeking for a new opportunity to run a business where there is a huge demand and no competition. You are tired of going after your potential clients or employers to hire you. You just want to do a job that you like and not having to worry about getting clients. 3. AECO software companies. If you are a company that already develops and sells software in the AECO sector and you are tired of the huge amount of effort that requires to build a final software starting from scratch, you are tired of the lack of interoperability caused by everyone developing their own proprietary technology. You want to get out of the red ocean of competition between the AECO software companies and want to take advantage of a new and fresh vision. You are tired of the great difficulty that is to engage with a final customer to sell your software. You are tired of spending ridiculous amounts of money in marketing and getting poor results trying to reach your potential customers. You just want to make great software to help people by giving them true value through your specific and awesome solutions. You want your software to be 100% interoperable and based on a true open IFC.js technology. You want to have a great community supporting your development and your brand. So, if you fit in one of these 3 categories, congratulations! I have great news for you. But first of all, why should you trust me? Maybe because we are already working with some great players like Ferrovial, ANL, Allplan, among others? Maybe. We are really honored that these amazing companies have trusted us from the very beginning, but I don't think that's the main reason. I think that the best reason for trusting me when I say that I can help you stop being a slave is because I was a slave myself, and I figured out how to stop being it. Look, I'm selfish, and you are, everyone is selfish. Stop being politically correct and say things clearly. So I didn't start trying to help anyone. I just wanted to help myself, which was a great challenge considering how difficult it is to grow in our sector. I studied architecture at university for 6 years, plus 1 more year of a BIM expert master's degree, and finally, after 7 years of hard work, I was so excited to enter the job market and start living the life I had worked so hard for. I'm part of a new generation, a generation that embraces the importance of hard work, but is also aware of the need for a life-work balance. So I wanted to get a job where I could work hard to thrive and to help the company grow, but which also allowed me to have a good life-work balance and, of course, where I had fair remuneration according to the whole training and knowledge that I had acquired after all those years of effort. And then I faced the tough reality. After 7 years, spending a lot of energy, time and money to achieve that, I found myself in an industry where all possible career opportunities were way below the effort I had invested. All of them, from working at an architecture studio or an engineering firm to working for a construction company. All of them required an enormous effort, huge stress levels, endless working hours, no control of our own time, obligation, always be in the same location, and of course, all of that for a salary so low that wouldn't even allow me to move from my parents' house into my own apartment and start living my own life. I couldn't tell you how frustrating it was for me not even be able to be independent after so much effort. But I had to do something, so I started to work in architecture studios. I didn't have a good remuneration, I didn't have much free time, I didn't have freedom to work from the place I chose, but at least I had a job. But as I told you before, I'm part of a new generation, a generation that doesn't mind working as hard as hell, but also wants to enjoy their lives. We're all living in a trap where we are told that we must constantly sacrifice our lives to work, and I didn't want to do that. We shouldn't need to do that, because that is just like being a slave. A modern slave, but a slave anyway. Different chains, same concept. So I kept looking for new opportunities that would allow me to live the life that I wanted, until I finally got a job at a company with better working conditions that were more similar to what I was looking for. And the most curious thing is that this company was not part of the main activities in the eco sector, which are architecture, engineering, construction, and operations. Instead, it was a software company, a company that develops software for the AECO industry, and that absolutely blew my mind. So there was a place just beside all other places in the industry where you can really thrive. A missing letter just beside the AECO that very few people were caring about, but had the best opportunities in the entire industry, and that letter was the S of software. So while all other professionals were struggling, there was a huge opportunity for software developers to really thrive in the ECOS industry. Now I had a way to get to the place I wanted to go. There was only one problem. I was not a software developer and I didn't know anything about programming, but I knew that becoming an AECO software developer was the best way to be able to live the life that I wanted. So I decided I had to learn programming. And there I found a huge wall. There was no available information about programming for the AECO sector. I would have loved to find some reference or guide to know where I go, but there was nothing. I could find a lot of information about programming video games or many other things, but nothing specific to our industry. And if there was no information, much less were there any basic tools or technology to start with. All the technology and the know-how was private, owned by the big companies and totally closed and out of reach for people outside those companies. So I decided to learn general programming, just hoping it would help me to be able to develop specific software for the AECO industry once I had learned. I started from scratch with no information, no basic tools of technology and no guide, and I had no idea if that would work or not. I felt like I was going through a desert, just hoping to find an oasis in the end, otherwise I would die on thirst. So I started to learn, and when I started creating my own software, IFC.js, and showing it to the world, I also started getting much better job offers. Offers that allowed me to live the life that I wanted, with a great salary, owning my own time and being able to work from anywhere. Then I found that there was a huge opportunity in the development of software for the AECO sector. So for me, becoming an AECO software developer finally allowed me to achieve what I had not been able to achieve after 7 years of hard work studying at the university. But not only that, that dream job was the goal I had in the beginning, but along the process of creating IFC.js and becoming an AECO software developer, I realized how harmful and limiting that the whole AECO sector was, a slave to the technology and tools developed by the big brands. When there was no software, the tools, pencil, routing, etc. were there to serve us, and we were free. Now we are slave to the tools because they all belong to a tiny group of big brands and there is no competition. They own the technology, they own the tools, they tell us how much we must pay, and there is nothing we can do about it. Then I realized how bad the industry needed open source technology to give professionals and companies the opportunity to create their own applications and get their freedom back. It was extremely hard for me to become an AECO software developer because all the technology and all the know-how was private and inaccessible. But when I finally got there, not only I was free to make my own tools, but also to live the life that I wanted. Then I felt that I had to spread that freedom to the whole industry. Beyond what I had achieved for myself, I wanted to transform my journey into something bigger that could help the entire sector. Something that could provide all the technology and all the know-how that the industry needs. For professionals and companies, for anyone who wants to get their freedom back. That's why I created that open company. IFC.js was the spark that ignited the engine, and that open company is the vehicle that will help the entire AECO sector to be free again. Doesn't it sound like a huge challenge? It is possible that I've gone crazy? Maybe. I wouldn't rule it out, but on the other hand, as Steve Jobs said, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. So let's see how crazy we are and if we are crazy enough to change the world. And when I say we, it's because 2 reasons. The first is because I figured out how to trick a few others just as crazy as me to join me in this challenge. And they are Jesus Valderrama, architect with more than 10 years of experience in the AECO sector, CEO of Apogea, a leading BIM and engineering company, and COO of BIM Master Pro, a high-level BIM training platform with thousands of customers. Music lover and technology enthusiast, enjoys spending his free time traveling the world with family and friends. Jesus has joined the project as a Chief Operations Officer, and he will ensure that the project develops with the necessary agility. Enrique Moreno, architect with more than 15 years of experience in the AECO sector and 8 years of experience in business development, marketing and sales, former Director of Operations at Beam Object and COO of Beam Master Pro. Passionate about board sports and nature, you could find me kite surfing or snowboarding all around the globe. Enrique has joined the project as Chief Business Officer, and he will guarantee that the economic viability of the project is a reality. And we have a fantastic team of people bringing this to life. Harry Collin, Juan Hoyos, Alberto Jalance, and many more. And the second reason, because I say we, is because you must be as crazy as us if you really want to change the world. So let's see if we are. As I told you in my backstory, I faced lots of challenges to become an AECO software developer and discovered lots of limitations that the industry has right now. But all of them can be unified into one big problem. We have a closed ecosystem in the AECO industry formed by lots of different proprietary software that is expensive to buy, expensive to create, expensive to maintain, expensive to improve, difficult to interoperate, etc. That's what we call the AECO jail, because we are all locked up in that closed ecosystem. AECO software users being charged a lot of using the software they need to run their business and tired of that software not meeting their specific needs and not being fully, truly interoperable. AECO software developers, or those who want to be, not having real opportunities to compete with the big brands, and also don't having any guide, reference, or technological base to start. AECO software companies spending lots of money creating their own software from scratch, having great difficulties to make it interoperable and facing all kinds of challenges to improve their software and make it profitable. But what if we could jailbreak that AECO jail? What if we could create a real open ecosystem, an ecosystem in which everyone will be able to create their own AECO software on top of open source, free and truly interoperable technology based on IFC? An ecosystem where users will have access to all the software they need directly from their web browsers without having to spend ridiculous amounts of money. Wouldn't that be awesome? We have created an open ecosystem in which anyone can develop their own AECO software, help free the industry and make money out of it, what we call the AECOsystem. And the ecosystem is conformed of several solutions that will solve all the challenges that we are facing. And those solutions are: 1. That open platform. That open platform is the place where you will find all the open technology that we have created for you, all the documentation you need to use it, and all the resources and services you need to take it to the moon. In that open platform, you will find that open engine. That open engine is a common open source technological base on which everyone can develop their own applications for the AECO sector. The concept is simple. Let me explain it with an example you will probably know about. When you want to create a video game, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. You can use a game engine, like Unreal Engine, in which you have 80% of the programming work previously done and ready for you to use. And because of that, you can focus only on the 20% of creativity that will make your video game unique. And you will have saved 80% of the time, money and effort that you would have invested if there was no Unreal Engine. That's great for video game developers who can get things done in a very efficient way. Sadly, if you want to create a BIM software, you will have to go from 0 to 100 and spend a huge amount of time, money and effort to do so, with no guarantee of success, because there is no such thing as an Unreal Engine for the AECO industry. Until now, because that open engine is the world's first and unique AECO engine, we have created a common, free, open IFC-based technology that allows anyone to create their own applications for the AECO industry, saving 80% of the time, money and effort. Now, anyone can make a BIM modeling app, a clash detection app, a quantity surveying app, a facility management app, a structural calculation app, an energy analysis app, or whatever other app you want on top of our open technology using that open engine. That open engine is a set of JavaScript libraries that solve all the common needs shared by all applications in our sector. like 1. Loading, visualization, navigation, and consultation of BIM models for building and civil engineering compatible with any platform, web, desktop, mobile, whatever. 2. Reading and writing IFC models in our current and future versions designed to read data from large files as fast as a desktop application. And 3. Geometric engine for editing 3D models, even the IFCs directly on the web, creating them from scratch, and much more going on. Let me show you some examples. One of the bases to achieve the 3D transition to the web in 3D-based application in our sector is related to the reduction of load times and maintaining a good performance. With that open engine, we have achieved what we previously thought impossible. Do you need to open 200 megabyte models? Thanks to our technology, it is now a matter of seconds from your browser. 10 times less than some of the most used desktop applications on the market, and maintaining a smooth navigation at 60 FPS without flickering effects. It doesn't matter if they are models of thousands of bars, the facilities of an hospital, or 50 kilometers of road. Cool, isn't it? This improvement in our technology has also allowed us to load large models from a smartphone, opening the door for anyone to develop applications that we can use in the field. Incredible, right? Another core issue is the style of visualization. Post-production effects are now seen in real time, and we have developed a fill and edge system that will allow you to represent any section views, just like the authoring tools on the market. Can you imagine being able to create plans and control the representation of the elements? Now you can. And you can also export them to DXF. What do you think? Useful, isn't it? And if I told you that you can create visualization filters, you can too. But not only that, we have created a system of many parameters and combined them. And you can use them not only to control display parameters such as color, fill, and edges, but also to isolate, hide, or develop any logic you need. What do you think? Useful, isn't it? Especially when the information provided by an IFC is not correct or is deficient. Something quite usual, on the other hand. Now, you can solve it by creating groups and modifying dozens of them at once in seconds, because with that open engine, you can not only visualize the properties of your IFC, but you can also modify properties, create property sets and new properties, and export a new IFC. Cool, isn't it? In that open engine, you will also find tools to comfortably navigate your project, like the minimap, the view cube, or the zoom, the pan, etc. But notice the most interesting thing is that open engine is not only designed for architecture, but you will also be able to comfortably navigate through the infrastructure projects such as roads or railways. Civil engineering professionals will be happy with this one day, but there's more. We have developed a system that allows us to update the viewer to new versions of IFC. We have already implemented IFC 4.3, and with that open engine, you will only be able to read all the entities, but also to section perpendicular to the alignment, visualize 2D technical views for cross sections, plan views, and profiles, and export them to DXF. Another relevant aspect is that we have also introduced measurement tools, allowing you not only to query distances or areas in your model, but also to calculate volumes. This opens the door to the creation of applications for audits and checks or measurements in both buildings and infrastructures. This is getting interesting, isn't it? But that's not all. At that open company, we know that speed to market is essential for testing and cost saving. That's why we have created a system of UI components which will allow you to implement all these features in your application from the first minute, or use them in the features you create yourself. This way, you will be able to make fully functional apps, saving time and money. Great, right? However, we have always thought that creating a game-changing ecosystem requires much more. If we want to create a base that allows us to create applications of all kinds, this is not enough. That's why we are working on Clay, our geometric library, totally open source and free, which will be part of that open engine and with which anyone will be able to create applications and modeling tools that run directly from the browser in real time. Can you imagine creating your own BIM modeler? Creating IFCs from scratch in the cloud with that open engine will be possible too. But we still have one more surprise for you. Soon, you will enjoy, in addition to the 3D editor, a visual scripting system that will allow you to create your own scripts without writing a single line of code. This is the only few examples of the potential of that open engine, and of course, that open engine comes with all the documentation you need to create your own amazing AECO software. Isn't this awesome? I think it is. But what is even more awesome is that open engine is not ours, it's yours. It belongs to the community and everyone can help to develop it and make it more amazing day after day. It's open source, it's free, and it will always be. The second thing that you will find in that open platform is that open store. That open store is a marketplace where you will find all the tools you need to make your own software or to use directly in your projects. Developers will be able to sell tools in the marketplace and make money out of it. Developers will also be able to buy tools in the marketplace to create their software faster. Users will also be able to buy tools in the marketplace to use them directly in their projects. We won't sell tools in the marketplace, but we will provide for free all the base technology developers need to create their tools, decentralizing the AECO software development, making it possible for everyone, making it cheap and easy for developers and companies, which will help keep prices affordable for users. So we all can have a real open market versus the oligopoly that we have now. The third thing that you will find in that open platform is that open editor. That open editor is a totally free web app based on that open engine that allows users run all the apps directly in their web browsers and use them for their projects. And the fourth thing that you will find in that open platform is that open services, which are a series of services for developers to help them be more efficient in their creations and have a faster and better to go-to-market strategy. Those will be services like processing, storage, analytics, and many more that we will be unveiling soon. This is that open platform, the place where the technology lives, and the first part of the ecosystem. Now the second part of the ecosystem is by far what I like the most. It's the core and the heart of the whole project, because it's what drives everything. And it's all about you, the community, the people who believe in an open ecosystem for all. And those are that open people. That open people is the place where we all meet. Here, you will be in direct contact with us, and you will be able to share what you learn and do. Here, you will find 1. Community, access to the community where all openers meet and share experiences and knowledge. 2. Forums. 3. Chats. 4. News and updates. 5. That open live meetings, where are virtual meetings every 6 weeks within that open team to find out what's happening, learn exclusive things and share your opinions. 6. And our awesome First Steps to Freedom course, a training in which you will learn all you need to start your own way to freedom in the ecosystem. And the good news is that that open people is 100% free. You can enter, come to the meetings, meet all the exclusive openers, learn exclusive stuff, share your thoughts, help us build the open future, and even make money out of it. And the third part of the ecosystem is the place where we will help those of you who want to get things done as soon as possible. The place to learn everything with all the personalized technical support you need to success. The place to become an AECO software developer as fast as possible. And this is that Open University. Here, you will find a step-by-step path to go from knowing zero about programming to becoming an AECO software developer and make a successful career out of it. Just like I did, but with all that help and resources I didn't have, and with all the infrastructure of the ecosystem to launch you on the market in the blink of an eye. This can be free, because we'll have to pay the people who will be there supporting you on our way to freedom, but I promise you that we will make it as affordable as possible. This is the open ecosystem for the AECO sector we believe in. This is the ecosystem. 1. A place where users can access for free or very affordable software directly from their web browsers so that they can focus on making their projects easy, fast, and for a very low cost. 2. A place where companies can create their own AECO software that meet their specific needs with the less cost and effort possible on top of our open source and free technology. 3. a place where those who are seeking for a new opportunity to thrive in their professional careers can become AECO software developers and make a great living out of it while helping open the market. As Steve just said, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Are we capable of changing the world? Who the hell knows? Are we crazy enough to try? You bet your ass we are. The only question is,
hi everyone, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed the video that we prepared and all the work that we have been doing these months. As you can imagine, it's been a crazy amount of work. We have been many weeks working even weekends. So we were also it was really hard to keep this in secret. So yeah, I hope that you like what you saw. So now perhaps you can let us know, what do you think? Are you crazy enough to try to change the industry with us? You can let us know in the chat. Also, we want to have a space so that you can ask questions if you want. And you can do that if you go to in the Zoom meeting application. There's a place where you will see reactions. And in that place, you can actually raise your hand. So if you do, maybe we can give you a voice too, because we are, I think, over 400 people in the call right now. So if we just open the microphones, it will be a chaos. So yeah, we will give you a space to speak now. So yeah, feel free to raise your hand if you want to speak. Before giving you space though, let me tell you one thing. Not everything that you saw in the video is available today. A lot of the things that you see are available today. And in fact, if you navigate to people.thatopen.com, you will already find that open and you can register and start using it. Sorry, the documentation is also available. A lot of parts of the engine are available. The online free app is available. So yeah, just go to people.thatopen.com and sign up, and we will start speaking there. So yeah, maybe now if anyone wants to talk or ask a question in the chat, maybe we can answer. Or if you wanna have a comment or something. Yeah, there's a lot of hands. So I don't know. There are 4 hands. Jesus, can you perhaps, or Enrique?
Well, let me 1 minute, please. Bray, I think you can talk whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, hello.
Let's go. Hello, Bray.
Great presentation. Actually, absolutely love what you're up to and would love to be a part of this. I do a lot of government work, so cybersecurity is always a hassle in terms of either proving SOC 2 compliance or having data operate on the soil of the country where I'm doing my work. So just curious, like what the cybersecurity posture is. Can we run this and host this on an on-premises network? Just that kind of typical cybersecurity stuff.
Yes. As we said in the video, the whole engine is free and open source, and it's designed to be run on premises so that you can just take it and use all your infrastructure or your machines and set it up just as you need it. We are also trying to make it as flexible as possible because, as you probably know, each infrastructure is a different world almost with different requirements. There's, I think, some teams already trying the technology. So yeah, the answer is definitely yes, you can do that. Regarding the services that we will offer, we are trying to certify ourselves with the ISO and all the, all the bureaucracy necessary to ensure that all the backend things that we offer are secure enough for everyone. But anyways, you will be able to do that on premises if you want. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming, by the way. So yeah, maybe then another person.
Yeah. Alexander, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Thanks for the opportunity. My only question would be for now is that how different this open university will be from the previous courses. I understand this will build on the new platform, but the core principles and core structures, how different would it be? That's it.
Yeah. That's not public yet. We will make it public in a few days, but we decided to, because it's so much information, that we decided to structure that a little bit. So I suggest you go into people.thatopen.com, and that way, the day we announce how that will be, you will know first. But the idea is that, or the general idea is that when we created the courses, to be honest, it was just Jesus and me, almost in our free time. Now we are trying to build something more serious, something where you can have, teachers giving you more active support, and not only teaching you how to program, but even somehow guiding you in your path to perhaps, I would say, following the same path that I followed on my own, and hopefully making it a bit easier. So please go to people.open.com, and there we will announce all the things as they come up.
Yeah, anyway, I think the most important thing about that Open University is that we are working hard to create a path from zero knowledge about programming to being software developer, to become being software developer in the less time possible. This is the main goal. I mean, this is the main difference between what we were doing so far. Is now we are focused on help people to become being software developer in the less time possible.
Okay, there are more hands. So,
yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
hi, Oz. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi.
Yeah.
My question is short. Is the old courses that I personally purchased are still relevant for us to learn, or you suggest for we wait for the Open University? That's the question.
Sorry, I lost you for a moment. Your question is when it will be out?
If the old courses are still relevant?
Yes, the old courses are still relevant. And in fact, if you already did the old courses, you will probably not start from square one in the university. That's not public yet, so I can't give you details right now. But as you can imagine, the same knowledge that you got in the courses, like HTML, JavaScript, TypeScript, all those things are not going to change, right? We are not inventing a new ecosystem of technologies. The internet is still the same. The web development is still the same. So yeah, definitely relevant.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. All hands. So.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me? All?
Yeah. Hi, Jakub.
Hi. Thank you very much for your presentation. It was very inspirational. I have one or maybe two questions. First of all, would I be able to develop a software for already existing software like, I don't know, Revit, ArchiCAD, MicroStation using, let's say, that open company? And if yes, or I guess if not, would it be, let's say, a web software like web application, or would it be also, a desktop application? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I will answer the second question first. All our technologies are based on TypeScript/JavaScript, and that means that it's not only valid for web. You can also build mobile applications using frameworks like React Native, and you can also build desktop applications using frameworks like Electron. So and our technology is compatible with all those technologies, so you can build really anything you want. It doesn't need to be a web page or a web app, if that's what you mean. Regarding the first question, can you please repeat it?
Can I, because I'm quite new to that open company and all this, idea. Can I build software that is going to serve, say, the already software that is already being on the market, like Revit, ArchiCAD, or MicroStation, using, let's say, your environment? Yeah, that was my first
Yeah,
question.
I mean, in the end, all those companies that created that software, all those software are just like video games. They are just code, and what we are making is a free base of technology, so that when you create software, you don't start from square one. Just like when you create a video game, you don't start from square one. You can just use a video game engine. So it's basically the same concept. So of course, we don't have like 40 years or 30 years like some of those companies you're talking about. But the idea is, or at least my main goal is that the day of tomorrow, creating software for the BIM world is as easy as making a video game. I don't know if you're into video games. I am. And for instance, some of the biggest video games that we got lately were developed by teams of 8 people or 10 people. I would really enjoy to see how the next competitor to Revit or the next competitor to Solibri or whatever software is made by a team of 8 people and not a behemoth company, which is usually what we are used to see. So that's the idea behind the engine. So yeah, you can create BIM software and then use it yourself, or start selling it and build a BIM software development company. But that's the idea. Hopefully that answered your question. Whoa, the hands are going up. The more I answer, the more hands we get. So yeah, okay, Jakub, yeah, great. So
Oh,
okay,
actually, yeah, that answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Jakub, thanks a lot. So yeah, next. I don't.
Hi guys. Thanks
Justin.
for all the thanks for the effort that you guys are putting into this. My question is, what's the feedback or comments that you have received from the large companies, if at all? Like, what's the interaction with them? That would be interesting to hear.
I think that what we are is not so much us against them, and this is a question that a lot of people ask us, and I don't see it that way, because the current situation, in my opinion, is also detrimental for them, because when you have to maintain hundreds of thousands of lines of code yourself, and you cannot rely on other companies or on other libraries to do that, that's really expensive. And in fact, the reason why in many cases we don't see a lot of improvements in the software that we usually use in the BIM world is because they cannot improve it anymore, because a lot of the code that they use is legacy, which means that the person that created that code does not work there anymore or died or whatever. And that's a huge problem. That's what we usually call technical debt in programming. So we believe that decentralizing the development of BIM software and creating an ecosystem in which everyone has a space, just like in the video game industry. I mean, today we have independent video game developers, teams of 5 people, 10 people, but we also have big companies of thousands of people, right? And we really believe that there's a space for everyone in the S. Yeah, okay. Thanks for coming, by the way, Jafem. Okay, each question that I ask is 2 more hands up. So let's see if we manage to answer everyone. Next.
Hi, Antonio.
Hi, Ramana.
Great. So great work. I've been following IFCJS for almost a year now, and big fan of your work. And so my primary question here is that for me, from my understanding, for the AEC industry to be truly independent, we should start from modeling, because IFC comes at a later part. Like you need the model, and then you can do the visualization, clash detection, and so on and so forth. But to start with the modeling, I think the bigger players like Autodesk or Nemetschek, they have this strong geometry engines, because to create a B-spline or the curves and everything, the NURBS, so it is a very complicated thing. So it's based on an engine that they use to basically create these. So how do you think on a web platform that you can make this available? Because just with TypeScript or JavaScript, I'm not really sure if this is going to be possible.
Okay, so first, I wouldn't say that the language itself is a limitation of creating things. You can create anything in almost any programming language. I mean, making that in C++ or in C won't give you more geometric capabilities than doing that in another language, because in the end you have to write the geometric engine yourself. But going back to the first part of your question, we believe that, a lot of times we see open source software as more, let's say, modest or amateurish in comparison to the big brands, because many times the people creating that software rely on the free time of people, or they rely on the, if, for instance, and sometimes it even succeeds. If you take a look at a project like 3JS, which we are using, it's thanks to the free time of thousands of people. But that's the very reason why we have created that open company, because we believe that having a profitable company that can hire teams of people that know about geometry and math and all the topics that you need to create a geometric engine is not necessarily against having the technology open and fostering the development of build software. So summing up, first, we think that we will be able to create a geometric engine that will allow people to create their own modelers and BIM applications that are creating added geometry. We have already started that with Clay, and let's see how that goes this year. And secondly, yeah, we don't think that JavaScript is a limitation for doing that. And even if it is, we will just write the engine in C++ and compile that to WebAssembly, just like we did with the IFC engine that we use now, which we wrote. So, yeah.
Perfect. Looking forward for the advancements. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Hey, 7 hands finally going down. Who's Jesus? Maybe you can give a word to the next person.
I think Piotr.
Thanks, Jesus. Thanks, Antonio. Thanks to all of you guys for fantastic work you're doing. Just one quick question. If you have considered working together with the IFC OpenShell team. I know that they are using different programming languages, all in Python, but I can imagine there could be some amazing synergy. You guys have a tremendous graphical engine. Geometrical engine is just tremendous. But I think IFC OpenShell has a lot of potential when it comes to working with the data in IFC files. Was this ever considered?
Yeah. Actually, I think that we have done a couple of things together, some presentations, and we have talked. I wouldn't say a lot, but we have already talked with Dion and Thomas. So yeah, we are definitely up for it. So if they have a specific proposal, we are all ears, and we would love to make collaborations with them.
Fantastic. That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Piotr, for coming.
Think that this project is all about the community. So the community is everyone that want to join us in this matter, So of course, we are going to collaborate with them.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Piotr, for coming. Hey. Jesus, next.
Hola, Antonio. Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
No. Antonio, I'm curious about the scripting tool you showed before in the video. My business is running, let's say, thanks to Dynamo and how it works together with Revit. And so I have everything automated with Dynamo. So do you think there is some space for this? Sorry, because I'm not in the architecture. I'm not coming from the architecture. So I'm more on programming. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfectly. So indeed, we are aware that we don't just have programming in our industry, we also have visual programming, and we have tools like Dynamo, Grasshopper, etc. And there's a very, very vibrant community around those technologies. And for that reason, we have already built a prototype that allows anyone to use our libraries using visual scripting. And not only that, it will also allow other people to, if you create something on top of our technology, you can also use that. We call it the node interface, and other people will be able to use what you have done using nodes. So basically, yes, it's not published yet, but the idea is to publish it very soon. Yeah, sorry.
No, exactly. This is what I'm looking for, and this is quite difficult to do with Dynamo. I need to create a plugin with Revit, and it's complicated too. So, yeah, you answered my question. Thanks, and thanks for the effort.
Yeah, well thanks. Thank you for coming. Okay.
Hello, thank you for the great presentation. I have a quick question. So in my case, the software I used, it usually doesn't output IFC files. So does the current implementation or library allow you to create elements that are not starting from an IFC? Like, let's say, for example, I have my own schema or database. Can I still use the viewer?
To create elements. So you're talking about a modeler, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, let's say I have a database of beams, for example, or columns. Am I able to use the viewer to view these elements without them being an IFC?
And in what format do you have them?
I mean, let's say I develop an own connector that reads my data and converts it into objects.
Yeah. In that case, yes. Our old technology is built on top of 3JS, which probably if you don't know it, is the most used 3D engine for the web out there. So basically, as long as you export that data into a standard 3D format, like OBJ, GLTF, or even point clouds, there are many formats. Or if you create your own format that is compatible with 3JS, you will be able to visualize it, even if it's not in IFC. For us, just to be clear, for us, IFC is just a mean. It's not an end goal. It's something that we are using today because it's useful and it's great, and we are 100% pro it. But we are also aware that the goal is not IFC. The goal is creating open technology, and that also means more formats, right? So yeah, you can basically build anything on top of that, even non-IFC related stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, 6 hands, slowly going down. 7. Next. Jesus, who's next?
Yeah, I'm trying, but it's Omar, because I think Yeah, Vasily?
Yeah.
No, it's first. Omar, it's first. Okay.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for the presentation. I have a question. Most of BIM applications imply working with files. So, do you plan on expanding the capabilities of the basic platform to file storage and file handling, or would it be mostly about modelization and on a, let's say, on a data scale?
Yes, one of the services that the platform will offer is storage, and you are free to use it. But keep in mind that the platform that we are creating is not targeted for, in principle, they can use it, but in principle, it's not targeted for end users. It's mainly targeted for developers. So that means that you can take our technology, build your own CDE if you want,
and then use our storage service or use any other storage service. You can use, if you build an Electron application, you can use your computer as storage, or you can build something in Google Cloud Platform or in Amazon Web Services. So, but yes, the answer is yes. We will offer also some storage service so that you can have everything inside the platform and ready to build persisting data, basically. Yeah. Okay, so I think that answers it. So
Basile?
next is Basile. Yeah.
Thank you as well for the presentation. What you showed us, it was amazing. And my question is, everything what we are going to build on that open company, is it only based on JavaScript and TypeScript, or there is plans to implement as well either other programming languages, Python or?
In principle, it's JavaScript and TypeScript because the project started or was born as a web project. Of course, as I said before, JavaScript and TypeScript can be used to, to create not only web applications but also desktop applications and mobile applications. But if in the but again, the same way that we are not married to IFC, I would say that we are not necessarily married to JavaScript/TypeScript. So if tomorrow and also this is a very community-driven project. So if tomorrow the community starts demanding things in Python, let's say, yeah, sure, of course, because all the things that we have today, IFC, JavaScript, TypeScript, are just a mean to achieve our goal, which is creating BIM software. And if to do that, we also need to support Python, why not? But yeah, today is basically JavaScript and TypeScript, but we are not close to extending it in the future.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the answer.
Yeah, no, thanks for the question and for coming. Okay, Jesus, maybe the next is...
Yeah, we have to wait for her.
Okay, perfect.
Hi.
Jane,
Hi,
is that right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you so much for the presentations, first of all. I don't have so much questions, but I have just want to voice out about, because I'm in the field of, with a background of architecture, but now in the field of interior design, which I can strongly feel that how this BIM industrial, like this big company have not really like, it's sort of like, ages the interior design field, like it's so much developed to benefit the architecture field, but like the hierarchy or the system for interior design is totally different from the BIM software nowadays. So I really just appreciate this concept from you and from your teams. It seems like we have some hope for this BIM direction for the interior design field. Yeah. Yeah. Second is, since this is open platform, so my question is like, how is this, like from a user point of view, can contribute to this? Because I believe like this is not like a developer and user that we're demanding from the developer on something, but I see this maybe it's a good concept since it's an open platform, like how as a user we can contribute in this open platform.
Yes. So one of the things that we showed in the presentation was this free online IFC viewer and editor that anyone can use, even end users. And the idea is that we want to connect this editor with a store. And that means that all the tools that the people in the community create and put in the store are going to be available for that viewer/editor. And that means that, for instance, maybe, I don't know this in detail, right? But maybe one of the reasons why interior design was kind of forgotten by the big companies is because it's something that doesn't have, let's say, enough revenue for a company that big to develop. But maybe creating this community of developers or of other sizes, small teams of developers and even individual developers, creates a space in which users can say, hey, we have this need. And suddenly 2 or 3 developers come, they create it and they put it on the platform and suddenly it's there, right? So it's somehow trying to give a voice even to the people that have smaller use cases and also to the developers that have smaller capacities than the big behemoths. So hopefully that that is going to be possible in the platform. I would say that even if you are not a programmer and even if you're just an end user, I would encourage you to sign up for the people.open.com and yeah, let's see how much. To be honest, I don't know exactly right now what conversations will be produced there, but hopefully, or at least in my head, having as many voices as possible is always positive, right? So if I would sign up for it if I were you. I don't know if that answers your question. It's hopefully yes. Sorry, I have my throat is always terrible after the summer. But yeah, hopefully that answers it. Otherwise, speak up or let us know in the chat or sign up for the platform and let us know there. I don't know if you're speaking, you're muted.
Hello, Antonio. Hello.
Antonio?
Otherwise, maybe we can go to the next one. Hi, Sayo.
Hello, Antonio. Really great presentation and really great project you guys are doing.
Thanks, Sayo. Yeah.
And
hi.
One question. One question I have is like I have felt this with all the open source platform, open source projects is one bottleneck that they reach is to have a dedicated support. Whenever say if I'm having a company, a firm, and I'm building a solution upon it. Apart from free community where it is completely volunteer to someone to support me, are you having a thought of having a dedicated support in case I want to adopt this platform and build upon it?
I mean, the idea right now, a lot of things are not public yet, so I can give you details about everything. But the idea is that the platform should support all use cases, and that means that users that don't want to, they just want to take the code and run away, and they don't want to know anything from us, that will be possible, and even build whatever on premises in their own infrastructure, that's possible. And companies that want to have someone from our team together with them, and I don't know if that's what you mean with dedicated support, but having
Yes.
someone on the phone and someone on the mail, that's of course also probably going to be a possibility. But I don't want to, because a lot of things are going to be unbuilt in the following days or weeks. But the short answer is probably yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sayu, for coming.
And all the best.
Yeah. Thanks. Next is our old friend Jungwo. I think yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Hi, Jungwo.
Hi.
Oh, very cool avatar.
Good. Thank you. The first time try. I just want to ask or clarify the difference between I guess it's the same project, the Twin, and this.
Yeah. It's the evolution.
It's system. Is that because it's confused me now a bit? Could you clarify? Like, I know IFCJS.
In a nutshell, yeah. In a nutshell, we have renamed it, but it's a continuation of the same thing. So don't worry about that. With everything that it's going to be the continuation, just a renaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So hopefully
Think
that
about
answers it.
think about Twin is not anymore the name of the technology or the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Twin is the project in which you are involved, and thanks of Twin, we are here today. that is Twin is the project, but now all the technology we have developed and we are on all the work we are going to continue doing with you and the companies that support us from the very beginning. It's going to be continued. And the technology is this. I mean, there is no difference. It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, Jungo, we are, at least me, I am very good at developing, but not so much with when it comes to marketing, dissemination, public things. So the thing is that we started with Twin, and that name was decided when only Jesus and me were on the project. Now that we are talking with more people that are professionals of putting names to things, it turns out that it was not such a good name. So it's just, but yeah, Jesus said it. So
okay, so basically it's the same project continuing, but the name is restructured, let's say. Yeah. So the correct name is for the now is this AECOsystem. That's the name of because we need to think about publicity when we just need. I wasn't clear for that point, but now I understand.
Yeah. Anyway, no worries that we can solve any detail about it when you want. I mean, you mail us.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. I think that next is Hussein, perhaps.
Hello.
Hi, Hussein.
Hello, Antonio. Actually, that was an informative presentation. I haven't heard before about building information modeling and programming. My question is, if I don't have enough experience in BIM and I don't know how to code, so I have a chance to get in that career.
Our idea with this whole community is to help people starting from scratch that have, basically we have two types of people in mind. People that know something about construction but know nothing about programming, or people that know about software programming, etc., and want to get into construction but don't know how. We are building a bridge that connects both worlds. So don't worry, because yes, even if you don't have any idea about programming, the idea is to provide the resources and everything to make it possible to go from zero to where I am now, basically.
Yeah, actually, I have involved in a course here in Egypt. Is about learning C# basics and developing desktop, involving EBI for Revit or something like that. But I'm just still learning. But this is the same way or a different way? Open company.
Okay, I started to code, I think it was around 3 years ago. A lot of people believe that I have been coding my whole life, but really not. I'm just a very early coder, to be honest. I had to learn fast. So hopefully, yes. I mean, even people that have no previous experience will find a place in the community where they can meet other people that are also learning and hopefully find their journey to BIM software development.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Hussein. Next is yeah, maybe I can. Next is wait, I'm gonna Adelaide. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Adelaide? Or Adelaide? Sorry.
Yes, it is Adelaide.
Adelaide, perfect. More similar to Spanish pronunciation. Great. Hi,
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Hi, Antonio. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing. Thank you, Jesus, as well. You guys are trying to revolutionize the AEC industry, and it bears semblance to my own experience as well. Starting now as an architect, I had 6 years of experience practicing architecture, and just like you, I felt like it just needs to change. And so I decided to transition into a user researcher and experienced designer. And looking at what you guys are doing, it is the kind of projects I will like to get involved in. So I don't have a question. Rather, I would like to join your company if it's a startup. If it's something that you guys are looking for more hands, to get creatively involved, I would love that.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Sorry, my
Thank
voice
you
is
for your
starting to-
words.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your words and your proposal there. That's exciting for us. I mean, when the community has want to be involved with us, it's the best part of this. And yeah, of course, I mean, the best scenario is that we grow up and we need more hands, and yeah, sure. So as soon as we can, put offers or whatever, I mean, in the community, if you go to people.open.com, for sure you are going to be updated about it.
Yeah, be able to apply, definitely. Yeah, for me at least, it's super flattering that someone wants to. Yeah. Thanks a lot for apply. As soon as we have positions, we will publish them in people.open.com.
All right, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Okay, great. Next is Ikramul. Yep, I think. We're still with 6 hands for some reason when we go.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Ikramul.
Hi, Antonio. I mean, there are 2 parts, or basically 3 parts of my discussion with you. The first one is, as Ms. Jenny said, that she being an interior designer. Similarly, I'm an architect where I do interior designing as well. So, like for the designers, now basically the platform what we have created or initiated, and that's awesome. And the presentation was really great. Okay, but however, being a designer or in an engineering field, as you said, you being in a jail, the way I put up is there is no way back in an engineering field. I mean, if you are 20 years ahead, then you can't think of coming back or going out of some other profession, right? But what I feel is being a designer is second part. One is the development part, the platform what you have created, where you create a base for the architects and interior designers who can develop their project. But at this point of time, where we have big companies like Autodesk, MicroStation, ArchiCAD, where these people are way beyond the AEC process. Earlier, 20 years back, we used to do 2D drafting and then we had separate 3D artists. Now the architects themselves do the parametric modeling. Okay. And now the technology is reached to that level where Autodesk and MicroStation kind of companies are programming in such a way, it's all cloud-based programming. I mean, you know better what I'm talking about because I have less knowledge of softwares, but whereas they have their own servers, drives, where projects or bigger projects can be handled from anywhere around the world with any number of teams. So what I say, or basically I suggest, might be an idea of me to the team would be, I mean, we need to work in parallel with the AEC industries, what they are working today. Like not only to see, not only to look into 3D modeling, because nowadays whoever has experience in ArchiCAD, Revit, or any other 3D parametric software, they themselves do 3D. But again, as I said, 20 years back, we were not supposed to do 3Ds. It was a different people of different expertise who used to do. Now, an architect or interior designer himself does the 2D plan, designing 2D plans, and then 3D, and then presentation, everything goes parallelly. And now it's altogether a different era where people are now working on cloud-based and AI-based, softwares where, the elevations are, created, within minutes. When the skeleton of a structure is done, the elevation is been created within, say, seconds or minutes. The output is coming out very fast. Now, in this era, would you suggest, as me as an end user, to develop tools for this platform, or should I, have some, plug and play kind of tools which the other software uh, gives us? I mean, see, there are two things. One is the software development. I mean, that's the platform what you are giving, which is really appreciated, and I like it very much. On the other hand, being a professional architect, I mean, where I don't have to work on the platform, whereas I am looking for, pick and drop kind of, elements. That is one. And number two, the process in which entire architectural or AEC industry works on, from designing to modeling to presentation, procuring of materials, and coordination, everything. I mean, how do we take care as a team? How do we take care of the coordination process, data management, all those things? I need a brief or like what you have you thought of these things?
Yeah, I would say that in a way you could see the platform in a similar way to Steam. I don't know if you're familiar with Steam. Basically, it's a video game platform where basically, you have, on the one hand, you have users or players, and the other hand, you have creators, right? And yes, I mean, the line between those is sometimes blurry, because maybe you play video games and you like them so much that you decide ending up creating your own video games. And as I said today, you don't really need a big team to do that. You can just, with a bunch of friends, create a video game and put that on Steam, and suddenly you go from user to creator. That's really what I would like to, or what we would like to achieve in the platform. If you're an end user, of course, you will be able to have this online free IFC or 3D viewer/editor connected to the store, and anyone in our community can, for free, create software and put that there and start making money out of it, right? So in a way, we would like to create this ecosystem in which we put everything that the industry needs to, create BIM software, and then let everyone play with it. We cannot, or at least I cannot, say in advance what things we will see in that platform. I don't know, maybe we discover new types of applications for BIM, right? Because nowadays we have very specific applications. We have clash detectors, we have modelers, we have, maybe when smaller developers can join the game, we see new ideas come up and new fresh ideas with different typologies of application. So I don't know what will happen, but hopefully it will be fun. I hope it, I'm sure it will be fun.
That's one part. Development. But what I am pointing out is the current trend in the AEC industry. I mean, where the major companies, construction companies, are working on cloud-based software. I mean, should we not think on it or something? Because this requires a major investment, kind of buying storage spaces, not collaborating with big giants in the software industries.
Look, I'm a bit worried because I still see 5 hands, and I'm a bit worried that we will go like too long. So I propose you something. Why don't you get into people.open.com and we continue the conversation there? Because otherwise, I'm afraid that the people that is still with the hands up will have to wait until
All right.
If you can do that, I would love to continue this conversation there.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. I wish we could talk more about it, and I have to resist myself, but I have been seeing 6 hands up for, I think, almost 1 hour already. So yeah, thanks a lot. And sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ikram, for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Florian, can you hear me?
Hi, Florian. Florian,
Go
hi.
ahead.
Yeah, I was waiting for my turn. So hi everyone. My question is about developing because I'm a web developer and I'm using AFC.js inside Three.js for a project. So my question is simple. Do you plan to maintain AFC.js, or is it a new library that you'll be developing for that platform?
Yes, as you might know, AFC.js is a set of libraries. So the answer is yes, we will keep maintaining the set of libraries. And it will work if you have already worked with our libraries, your experience shouldn't change much. The only difference is that now you will have a much better documentation, you will have a more structured community, more support, faster bug solving and improvement. And everything should be more, but your experience shouldn't change much.
Yes, but is it
so? This change, in other words, regarding software and using the software, this change is not is retroactively compatible. Let's call it like that. So the people that was developing things on top of us won't see any change if they don't want to see any change. Of course, if they want to use all the new stuff, they will be able to do that, right? But yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming, by the way, and for asking. Next is Yusuf, I think. Or Piotr.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi. Sorry, my mistake. There was another Piotr before. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's still me.
It was you.
Again with another question, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Just a quick one. One thing that popped up to my mind after a question from Sahil is validation of tools in the shop. Basically, you guys have any system that will check the compatibility, or if they're actually valid, if they're working before they go online, or is it basically down to community to just try and test them and maybe give them a grade? And if they would be validated, if there's any ideas of checking compatibility with the continuously upgrading of the core engine?
Yes, very good question. The answer is yes. I don't think the details are public yet, but the nutshell is that it's going to be similar to developing extensions for browsers. I don't know if you have done that before, but when you create an extension for Google Chrome, first you have to be a verified user. You cannot just be a random person, completely anonymous, uploading things to the Google Store. You have to be identified, and there needs to be a validation process for security reasons, of course. And then once you upload something, the Google team needs to validate that and make sure that, one, it works, two, it's not dangerous to the people. You know, all that. It's not just about quality, it's also about security. And the answer is yes, definitely. We will have both there are automatic ways of checking that, but the idea is that there will also be a manual, let's call it like that, testing that ensures that everything that is in the store is up and working. Now, answering a very specific part of your question, how do we ensure the compatibility of the tools with the changes of the library? In principle, all the changes of the library will be backwards compatible, meaning that we won't make any change that will suddenly break the tools in the marketplace. But even if we did, probably we will use a version system that should ensure that the version, I mean, if we make a major release with breaking changes, maybe we say, okay, this tool is version 1, this tool is version 2. And yeah, let's see how that goes. To be honest, I don't think we have gone into that much detail yet, even ourselves, but the idea is something like that.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's critical if you're trying to implement that software on large commercial jobs where you need to have this kind of sense of security and being sure that whatever you're using is reliable. But clearly, you know that already. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for your question. Okay, next. Now, next is Yusuf, definitely.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible properly?
Yeah.
Am I audible properly? Yeah, so it's morning in my time, so good morning. Yeah, actually, currently I'm working on C# for these AEC software plugins. I kind of code and develop them, the plugins. So first thing is, one thing I've realized in the industry is the users typically rely on old softwares. So what's the situation of integration with these with solutions from that open? And my second question is like the differentiation in any AC software could be the metrics. So like if you're talking about sustainability, the metrics there would make the difference. So my question is relevance to these 2 points, like the integrity with existing solution and the metrics for with these softwares.
Integrating with existing solutions depends on the specific technology you are talking about. For instance, if we were talking about a mobile application that you're developing in Flutter, just an example that I know, but there are thousands of other examples. In that case, you have several options. One easy option is to use the web view component that allow you to integrate a web viewer inside your application, and that actually works really well with our technology. So depending on what you're doing, there will be a different answer, but I think that JavaScript is, with Python, the most popular programming language right now. TypeScript also, but it's basically the same. So I guess, I'm not sure, of course, maybe you have a very, very specific use case, but my guess is that whatever you're doing, there should be a way to make something interact with our technology. That's my guess, at least. But of course, that depends on your specific use case. And can you please repeat the second question?
Yeah, so the second thing is if you see these AC solution like architecture, engineering, and construction software solutions out there in the market, the differentiability, the difference criteria, the criteria for the difference is like the metrics they follow for their softwares. Like if I'm talking about one particular feature that is called sustainable modeling. So what are the metrics the softwares are providing? So what is the scene here? So it's like something from us developers or something that that the program has inbuilt, or like if they have thought of something like this.
What do you mean by the matrix?
Like what I mean by metrics is like if I am developing a model, like why would I use that particular software? So it is decided by the metrics that particular software address, like these particular conditions you could take, or like these particular points or considerations you could make while developing the project that you're developing. So what are these points and consideration and the metrics, as I said, in the common language?
So it would be like the reasons to build on top of our technology. Is that or the main?
Not that. Like if I'm modeling on, for example, Revit, so I do have these plugins to check my model. So those plugins are supported by the metrics, like a philosophy that okay, this particular plugin does this, this particular plugin does this. So what is the scenario here? Like, is it from us developers, the metrics and the plugins or the solutions? Or like, is it?
The engine is basically a white canvas. It's a 3D BIM application that can read and write IFCs, and with a set of basic tools, but you can build anything on top of that. And as soon as we release Clay, you will also be able to either create a modeler yourself or make an application that is able to model geometry parametrically. And the day we release Dynamite, you will be able to expose a node editor to your end users or create an application that yourself consume and you use it yourself, right? So it's really up to it's like, what is how many games can you create with Unreal Engine or with Godot, right?
Okay, yes.
So in the end, the limit is the developers. So yeah, it's
it's totally up to us.
Yeah.
Just a quick question, and the integration with the giants like Autodesk and that thing. You are saying that you hope that you could integrate. Like, so is it possible the integration? Because
I mean, in the end, we can integrate as long as they support it. Like we cannot. We don't do magic, and also we don't want to break licenses. So if you say, hey, can you integrate with Autodesk and Open and RBT? My answer would be we cannot, simply because the RBT is designed not to be opened by people that is not inside Autodesk, right? So it depends. I mean, as you saw, we are already talking with Artplan, and we are collaborating with them already. So the day any of the big companies come to us and say, hey, let's build something together, our answer will always be yes, sure, let's do it.
Okay, got it. Like, thanks for your patience and answering my queries. Thanks.
No. Thanks for coming and for asking the questions.
Yeah.
And
thanks a lot.
Okay, yeah. And the next and the last one for now is Antonio, my same name.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Good afternoon. And thank you for the presentation, first of all. And then my question is about GIS, Geographic Information Systems, and if the platform has been developed to take in account the needs of to integrate the geographic information system and all this contextual information, like the one from City Engine and things like that, or if that is possible to your knowledge.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely possible. Each system has different requirements. Like if you want to integrate with, and in fact, we already have an integration with Mapbox. But if you want to integrate with Cesium, the requirements are slightly different. If you want to integrate with other generic GIS services, but the idea is that we are providing a set of toys, and then you can, more specifically, we are providing a set of Lego pieces, and you can use those Lego pieces as starting point and build anything, and build an integration with Cesium or an integration with, Esri, or an integration with other GIS providers, or build your own GIS service if you're into that. So, in the sequence of things that happens between someone and the end user. We are just one piece, and then the person that takes our technology and builds something on top is the next piece. So yeah, in principle, it should be possible to integrate with 3D tiles, and I don't know if you have some specific technology in mind, but the answer is yes.
GeoServer, OpenLayer, something in the open source side of it. So
yes. And in fact, I know someone that is integrated 3JS with OpenLayers already, so it's definitely possible.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, we had only one hand, but now we have two more. Sahin, next.
Yeah, hi, Antonio.
Hi, Sahin.
Yeah, so Antonio, I had the question like that we are planning to include like annotation and different kind of like 2D view maybe or something like that. So is everything like possible to save within IFC itself, or do we need to extend IFC and create another like format for our specific like use cases, so that all the developers can have a like single point of file saving format that can be more beneficial? So
yes, it's up to you. You can decide to use IFC. I think IFC supports a lot of things. Of course, maybe some of the things that you want are not supported, but in principle, it should. But if you say, hey, you know what, I have done this open format and I'm going to build on this simply a JSON because it's much easier, or flat buffers or anything. So you also have that possibility. And if you build things on top of our technology, you can, say, hey, okay, I create this format or this JSON with this data structure, and then you make it public, and other people maybe can start building things on top of it if they want. Or if you want to make it closed source, that's also up to you. And maybe only you can use it. The choice, the most important part is that the choice is yours.
I was asking like from the perspective of yours, like, is there going to be any open source like a format that is going to be developed that others can use? Like, suppose I create one, it might not be that much popular, but if you create one from your side, then other developers will join, and there will be a like that format. Is that important to create, or IFC itself is enough? That's what my question is. Like others, obviously others can create their schemas whatever they want.
Yeah, right now we are using two formats, IFC, which is the main source of information when we get things coming from other applications, and fragments, which is a generic geometric format that we created just to be able to open very big IFCs super fast. In principle, if there's a requirement for very specific annotations, first we will look into IFC to see if it's supported. If yes, we will just use it because it's easy. If not, we will try to do it in fragment, and if not, we will create another format for annotation.
Okay, thanks, Anthony. That's it.
Yeah, no problem. And next, it's Owuraku. Sorry if I mispronounce it.
Okay, thank you very much, Antonio, and I want to congratulate you for this that you have done. I think it's a gateway for us to get out of the eco jail. My question, with regards to point cloud and the scanned 3D, have you been able to develop the platform such that we will have the necessary tools to make it, because all the softwares available is not able to get it as a BIM readable format. It is only the scanned 3D. But can we convert those scanned 3D or point cloud with the system, the platform? Are there tools on the platform to be able to do that so that it can become BIM, full BIM object?
So your question is, if in the platform, you can take a BIM scan and convert it to a BIM model automatically, right?
Yes, yes. If you can take a point cloud scan and convert it to a BIM.
Our platform is not, let's say, for specific BIM uses. Our platform is the engine that people can use to create BIM applications on top. So the answer is the platform itself don't convert 3D scans to BIM models, but anyone can use our technology to start with this 3D super efficient viewer with some tools and build that logic on top. So anyone could create that application on top of our platform. But it's like if you ask me, hey, can I use your platform as clash detector? Maybe tomorrow we create a clash detection engine, because the idea is that we will take care of the code that is hard so that our users can focus on building the end applications and sell them. But we will never aim to go after the end users itself, because that would mean competing against the own users of our library, and I don't think that's a very smart move.
Okay. Okay. So it means they are the necessary tools for me to be able to convert that point cloud 3D into a BIM software.
No. You have the necessary tools to build BIM applications, and you can build that feature yourself, or you can request it, and maybe other developers come and create that for you on top of our platform.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the question and for coming.
Okay.
Okay. I think this is it. I don't see more hands up, so hopefully that's it. If you're shy and don't want to talk, don't worry. You can go to people.open.com and ask your questions there, and it will answer everyone. But yeah, maybe this is it. Jesus, what do you think?
Yeah, sadly, this is it. But this is the beginning. Just see you inside people.open.com, and we continue the open talk there.
Ryuga, maybe because that's a super specific question, maybe you can ask that in the people page and we will answer you there so that everyone can see. Because if we answer all the very, very specific questions here, we can be here until tomorrow. So Ryuga, perhaps you can ask that here, or just write to me or to Jesus directly and we will help you with that. And if anyone had a question and we didn't answer that, please write to us. Please go to people.open.com and we will answer you there. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot and hope you enjoy.
Thanks a lot.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye. Thank you.